Forbidden Hearts, a tale of passion and betrayal. My stepson and his friend did this with me in a car while driving. A real infidelity story. Please subscribe me before going to story. Jake Thompson sat in his sleek black car, parked under the shade of an old oak tree. The late afternoon sun cast long shadows on the pavement as he fiddled with the radio, but his mind was elsewhere. He was lost in thought about the perfect life he was supposed to have, his fiancée Emily, a steady job, and plans for a future that felt predetermined. Sarah Jenkins had just returned to their small town after a year at college. Spirited and adventurous, she burst back into Jake's life like a summer thunderstorm, igniting feelings he thought were long buried. They had grown up together, but now everything felt different. The chemistry between them was undeniable. As they spent more time together, Jake noticed how effortlessly they connected. Laughter filled their afternoons as they shared memories and dreams. But beneath that joy, an unspoken tension lingered, a current threading between them that grew stronger with each passing moment. One evening, they found themselves atop a hill overlooking the town, the sky painting hues of orange and pink. They reminisced about their childhood, but as their laughter faded, silence enveloped them. The air grew charged, and Sarah leaned closer, breaking the invisible barrier with a daring whisper. "What if we could have this? Just us forever?" Jake's heart raced. He turned away, grappling with the complexities of his feelings. Despite being engaged to Emily, he couldn't deny the magnetic pull he felt toward Sarah. Days turned into weeks, and their meetings became more frequent. They would steal away to secluded spots, sharing secrets and dreams, wrapped in the warmth of summer. One fateful night, they parked the car by a shimmering lake under a blanket of stars. The world outside faded away as they dove deeper into their connection. "Sarah, I can't stop thinking about what you said," Jake confessed, his voice barely above a whisper. "And what's stopping you from pursuing it?" Sarah's gaze was piercing, exposing the truth they had both been avoiding. Reality shattered as Jake thought of Emily. He felt torn, knowing that each moment with Sarah drew him further away from the life he had planned. But with Sarah, he felt alive. She brought out parts of him he hadn't known existed. One night, driven by longing and desperation, they crossed a line. With the world asleep around them, they shared a passionate kiss that sent shockwaves through Jake's body. In that moment, everything else faded. Past, future, and consequences. But as dawn approached, the harsh light of reality began to dawn. "This couldn't just be a summer fling," Sarah urged. Jake felt a mix of exhilaration and guilt. He had to confront his emotions, and the truth would soon ripple through their lives. As their secret deepened, so did the tension. Emily began to notice Jake's increasing distance, his distracted thoughts, and the void of intimacy that once defined their relationship. The confrontation was inevitable. Under the harsh kitchen lights, Emily turned to Jake, her eyes searching for answers. "What's going on, Jake? I can feel you pulling away." Jake's heart pounded in his chest as he opened his mouth to speak. He felt the weight of impending betrayal but knew he couldn't hide any longer. "Emily, I have feelings for someone else." The heartbreak etched on Emily's face broke him. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she grappled with the revelation. The life they had built shattered before him, leaving Jake with an overwhelming sense of loss. But he also felt a flicker of newfound freedom, and with it came a rush of guilt. Meanwhile, the bond between Sarah and Jake intensified. They found solace in each other, but their love blossomed in a garden of secrets and lies. Guilt wove through Jake's heart like a thorny vine, threatening to choke the passion they had ignited. One evening, as they sat on the hood of the car overlooking the town, Sarah broached the subject. "We can't keep living like this, Jake. What happens when the summer ends? What if we're caught?" Torn, Jake looked out at the sprawling view of twinkling lights below. He finally realized he had to make a decision, not just for himself but for Sarah and Emily as well. With a heavy heart, Jake made the painful choice to end his engagement with Emily. It was a moment filled with both heartache and a sense of relief. The truth was liberating, yet it left broken pieces in its wake. Soon after, He and Sarah embraced the tumultuous path of their relationship. They chose honesty over secrecy, navigating the complexity of their feelings together. The road ahead would not be easy, but they were willing to face it. In the end, as they stood hand in hand on the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore, they understood the stakes. Their love may have started in the shadows, but it was fueled by a fierce authenticity. They were ready to take on the world, come what may. The sun dipped below the horizon, but for Jake and Sarah, it marked the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty, passion, and the determination to build a love that could weather any storm.